Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. I'm so excited for today's video because we are doing another episode of mine and your favorite series here on my channel, which is the According to You series where you guys tell me what the best makeup is out there. We've gone through a few categories already. I actually already did this series a few years ago, but we're refreshing it because there's so many new launches that have happened since I filmed those original videos. So today we're going to discuss the top 10 foundations according to you. I'm so excited. You're going to recognize some of these foundations from the previous According to You video, but there are some new ones in here as well. Again, since there have been so many foundation launches since I filmed that other video, we've got a fresh lineup today. Before we get into the video, I would love for you to fill out the form for the next episode of this series, which is going to be concealer. The more the merrier. You guys are the ones who make these videos so fun. It's your submissions that make these so meaningful and more accurate. So the more of you that enter, the better. I will have the form linked down below for you guys. Also, thank you to everybody who submitted your favorite foundations for this video. Let's just get right into it. If you haven't seen these videos in the past, I always go from the 10th place foundation and work my way up to number 1. So we're going to start with the foundation that got in 10th place. This one is a classic. I know you guys are going to know about this foundation, and most of you have probably tried it. So in 10th place, we have dun, da, 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 the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. So let's hear what you had to say about this foundation. Fiona said, I've enjoyed many a foundation. I have ones I love for specific situations. I love the CoverGirl Outlast with the red cap or the Maybelline Superstay to keep me matte on sweaty hot days. I love Believe Beauty for how fresh it makes me look. Love the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear for its stunning finish on the skin and its longevity that I almost picked as my number 1. That's my go-to for special occasions when I need to look glam but not cakey. They're all great. But this one, Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, is my everyday go-to. Not only is the shade match so perfect that I don't need mixing pigments or a different shade, it looks super natural on me. People compliment my skin, not the makeup, when I wear this. That's huge. If you prime well and use setting spray, it will even last through a quick workout and cooking up a storm in a hot kitchen. It's also a lot more affordable compared to most of my foundations, so I don't feel guilty going through it so quickly. The quality and price cannot be beat. Fiona, that's incredible. Thank you for your review on this foundation. This is one that's been around for so long. I feel like it's iconic for a reason. This used to be one of my top favorite foundations. Honestly, it's just been a long time since I've worn it. I need to revisit it because I remember loving this and it worked really well for my skin as well. All right, let's hear what Saba had to say about this. I love how it is lightweight and blends easily into the skin. It feels like your skin, but better, and other products glide beautifully on top. It's my go-to for a natural but polished look. I love that so much. So there you have it, folks. In 10th place, Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. All right, moving on to 9th place. This is also a product from Maybelline. This is newer to the foundation world, and it is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour skin tint. You guys know how much I love this. It was so fun for me to see that this made the top 10. Let's hear what you had to say. Anne-Marie said, I have combination skin and love how this lasts all day. It can stay fresh even in the heat and humidity. My face sweats a lot and I'm always amazed that my makeup looks fresh even when I don't use setting spray. This really does have incredible longevity for a skin tint especially. It's so good. Let's see what Patricia had to say. I am 41 years old, have combination skin that shines so much next to my nose as if I smeared butter on the area with the wrong foundation. Okay, I hear you with that. That happens to me all the time. This tint looks perfected but not too much, lasts all day, and is compatible with all the products I've applied underneath or on top. With a little powder next to my nose, it stays as shiny as possible but not distinguishedly oily. As a single mother of 3 boys and a job as a waitress, I have to be able to rely on products, especially because I'm not a touch-up girl. I love that. You know, it is really great to know when you find a formula that you know is going to wear well and you don't have to worry about all day long, especially if you're busy and, you know, like you, Patricia, if you're a waitress running around, it's great to know that this is going to last well. That's one of my favorite things about this foundation too. So thank you both for your reviews on this foundation. I love this one personally as well. In 8th place is dun, 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 the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. foundation. This is one that I've seen so many celebrity makeup artists use, so it's not surprising that you guys love this as well. Let's hear what you had to say. Stephanie said, I wear so many foundations and CC creams. I love IT Cosmetics for that. I usually wear dewy tinted moisturizer or SPF foundation, but my go-to perfect look that always gets compliments, Dior Backstage Face and Body is the one. It's light to medium coverage for me and looks 100% like skin. So even, invisible, but coverage. It lasts all night and is perfect for photos. Love, love, love this foundation. That is so fun. I love that so much. I love that you mentioned that it looks great in photos. I feel like that's why this is in so many celebrity makeup artist kits because, you know, makeup for photos is very important to make sure that things capture beautifully. So I love that you mentioned that. Victoria said, I've loved this foundation for years. It's completely lightweight, I can't feel it at all, and it self-sets but without drying my skin. The finish is perfect, not too matte, not too dewy, and Dior's shade range is great. I've got olive skin and sometimes it can be hard to find the right match, but this one is perfect. P.S. Super excited to see this list, love this series. Thank you, Victoria, I'm so glad you like this series, and thank you for your review on the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. You guys are making me want to revisit some foundations that are in my collection that I just haven't used in so long, but your reviews are influencing me, okay? Okay, in 7th place is one of my personal favorite foundations ever, and that is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. You can see how much I love mine. Let's hear what you guys had to say. Patty said, this is a beautiful foundation. When my son was getting married a couple of years ago, I sampled several high-end foundations and was willing to invest for the wedding. This drugstore foundation is what I ended up wearing. It lasts beautifully and photographs so nicely. I have oily skin, and even though it's a satin or hydrating serum, it lasts all day. I do powder my T-zone. It is lovely. Thank you, Patty, for sharing. I think that's so incredible that you were testing out different foundations. You were willing to find something for a really special day. The fact that you chose this one really tells me something, and honestly I can see why. It's one of my personal favorites. It looks so skin-like, but it is buildable and looks great in photos as well. So thank you for that. Julie said, for my mature skin, this is the best foundation I have used. Blends and matches my skin beautifully. It really does blend out so well. I love this one so much. I highly recommend if you haven't tried this one to try it. Obviously, you're probably going to want to try a lot of the foundations in this top 10 series, but for me personally, this is one of my favorites in this top 10 lineup, so I'm so happy to hear that you guys love it as well. We're almost to the top 5, and 6th place is, and this was not surprising either because this is, I know, one of your favorite foundations, the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. This went viral when it launched. It's one of my favorites from the drugstore and my favorites in general. Let's hear what you guys had to say about this. Anna said, I don't wear foundation every day anymore, but when I do need to wear it, I always use this foundation. It's been my go-to for years, probably since they first launched it, and I still love it. I've tried other foundations, but I always come back to this one because it's so good. I'm 40 years old, and my skin is dry and dehydrated, and this foundation does not show any dry patches, does not exaggerate my fine lines and wrinkles, and it doesn't separate or pill. I wore it to a wedding in humid Hawaii during their rainy season. Wow, that's a wear test. And it didn't melt off my face like I thought it would. It's truly one of the best drugstore foundations out there. Love you, Allie, and thank you for bringing the series back. I love you too, Anna, and thank you for your review and also letting us know your wear test. That really is how you know a foundation is good, if it lasts in the Hawaiian humidity, okay, when it's raining. I lived in Hawaii for 2 years, and so I know. I honestly didn't end up wearing too much makeup in general because makeup would just kind of melt off my skin with the humidity, but the fact that this survived, that tells you something. Jackie said, here's the story of how I fell in love with this product. Oh, I love a good story. I was out of state for a wedding. I had rushed packing and just grabbed my makeup bag and threw it into the luggage without checking. As I was getting ready for the wedding, I only had 2 options, Tear Tear and the L'Oreal Infallible. I wanted to wear Tear Tear, but the shade match was too light and I didn't want to fuss, so reluctantly, I wore L'Oreal, and oh my gosh, I'm so happy I did. The wedding was partly outdoors in the humid summer and held up. I was also dancing until midnight and it held up through the sweat. I looked in the car mirror on the way back to the hotel and thought, my skin still looks flawless. Love it. Great coverage, skin looks like skin, and is long wearing. You can use less for a more natural application or layer it for more coverage. Everyone should have this foundation. That was such a fun review. Thank you so much. I love a good story time. And I love happy little makeup accidents like that where, you know, you might forget something, so you grab something quickly at the drugstore and it ends up becoming a favorite. I loved your story, so thank you so much. So in 5th place, okay, this one is really fun. It is the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. Let's hear what you guys had to say. I love Lisa Eldridge, so I was so happy that it ranked in the top 5. Linda said, this foundation is an absolute treasure. Perfect shade range, it sets itself, lightweight, you don't need a ton of it, fragrance-free, and it stays on all day. I really can't say enough good things about this one. Love you and greetings from Germany. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Germany. Thank you, Linda, for your review. Jen said, for me, it can only be the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. After over 20 years of searching for a foundation shade that actually matches my skin tone, I have finally found it in shade 9.5. Until now, I've always had to content myself with a color match that was close enough. Well, what a difference shade makes. That is so true. As a person of mixed racial heritage, I, like many others, can struggle to feel seen and represented by the makeup industry, but not anymore. The finish is exactly what Lisa named it, seamless. Thank you, Lisa. I am so glad that she has such a phenomenal shade range. I felt the same with her foundations and even her skin tint as well. For me, I feel like I also have like a perfect match in this, and it has such an incredible range. So I loved hearing your story, Jen. Thank you so much for sharing, and this is such a beautiful foundation. It's been so long since I've worn this. I need to revisit this because it is so beautiful. I feel like I've worn her skin tint so much that I haven't reached for this as frequently, and now after reading your reviews, I've got to get this back into my routine. It's so good. All right, in 4th place is another iconic foundation. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm sure if you're into makeup, you've at least heard about this foundation. Let's hear what you guys had to say. Vicky Muir said, this is what I wore on my wedding day. I love a good wedding day foundation. I have mature skin and it feels like skin and looks like skin all day long. I just love this product, never fails me. I love that so much. I love when you guys say you wore something on your wedding day because that just really tells you that it's like your holy grail. Emily said, I'm a bridal makeup artist no matter what I try. Every time I use the Armani foundation on my brides, everyone always compliments how smooth and glowy their skin looks. I love how no matter how much texture your skin has, this foundation lays over top and doesn't emphasize it. Love you, Allie, and I'm so proud of you and all that you have accomplished. Emily, that's so nice. Thank you for your sweet little personal note at the end. I love that you're a bridal makeup artist. I feel like that's one of the things that I always look for in a product is like, would you wear it on a wedding day? Would it look good on a wedding day on somebody else? And so your stamp of approval means a lot. So thank you so much for sharing. This is, I feel like one of the world's most favorite foundations, and I've heard such good things about it for so many years. I need to revisit this again. It's been a long time, but I know so many people, that's like their holy grail foundation forever and ever. All right, we're gonna move into the top 3. Oh, I'm so excited about the top 3. Okay, in 3rd place is definitely one that I feel like has gone viral, but for a reason, and it's a more recent launch. This is from House Labs, their Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I know you guys have at least heard of this, and it's one of my personal favorites for sure. Let's hear what you guys had to say. Sarah said, the Triclone Skin Tech Medium Coverage Foundation is one of the best foundations I've ever tried. It is really hyped up for a very good reason. I have used this for event makeup in the past, and it's the perfect wedding complexion product. I used it for me and my sister on her wedding day, so that's saying something. That really is. One of the most gorgeous and reliable foundations on the market today. It leaves a gorgeous full coverage, natural but not overly dewy finish. It is incredibly long lasting and keeps its coverage and finish all day long. But I also wear it on the daily because it makes your skin look perfected. Honestly, this stuff is magic and my complexion always looks incredible when I wear this. Also, the packaging is this luxe frosted glass, which is a bonus. It really is so luxurious. The foundation, I agree, it's very like everyday, but I can see how it would also make an incredible like event or special occasion type of foundation because you can build up the coverage and the finish like looks so nice and it wears well. So thank you, Sarah, for your review. Allison said, hi, Allie. I had to submit my review for foundations for this series because I'm so passionate about my Holy Grail foundation. I love it so much. House Labs changed the makeup game for me. I had 6 months to learn the techniques, learned all from you, Allie, and Nikki LaRose. Oh, that's so sweet. Amazing. Thank you. And find the right products for my dry, sensitive skin type. I almost gave up with only 4 months left until my wedding. Then, lo and behold, I discovered House Labs. A Sephora employee matched me with my perfect shade 160. It melts into my skin, making it feel incredibly hydrating with nearly flawless coverage. The skincare claims are so real every time I wear it. I get compliments on how glowy my skin looks, and it gave me the confidence to do my own wedding makeup, which turned out amazing. Thank you so much, Allie, for your videos. Oh, Allison, that makes me so happy. So glad that you found your wedding day foundation. I know, if you're engaged or if you've gone through the same experience where like you're trying to find your wedding day products, it can be a little overwhelming. So I'm really happy to hear that it worked out for you. So glad you found your Holy Grail foundation, and thank you both for sharing your reviews on the House Labs foundation. All right, you guys, we are moving to the top 2. I'm giddy about second place because this is my personal favorite foundation. I'm sure you could guess if you've watched my channel. It's the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I love this one. You guys already know that, so let's hear what you had to say. Callie said, I work in the makeup industry and have tried so many foundations. The NARS Light Reflecting Foundation is the most amazing, natural looking foundation I've ever tried. It's beautiful, long wearing, and I get compliments on my skin every time I wear it. It's also packed with skincare, and I can actually see a difference in my skin after I've used the foundation multiple days in a row. It's the first thing I put on brides for their wedding day because it photographs better than any foundation on the market. Ooh, I love that. This is my favorite foundation. You guys already know that. It's so, so good. It wears beautifully on me, and I love how it has buildable coverage as well. Jordan said, finally got around to trying it this year, and it has been a game changer. So long lasting and beautifully radiant throughout the day without looking greasy or cakey on my combination oily skin. That's what I love about it too. It gives just the right amount of glow, but it's not greasy. You know what I mean? It just looks healthy, like lit from within, but it still like sets and wears well all day. So happy that this made it into the top 3 and came in second place because it's my personal favorite. So thank you for your reviews. Are you guys ready for the foundation that's in first place? Which honestly, I don't think I'm very shocked about this. And this is the foundation that I'm wearing today because I wanted to wear the winner. Okay, this is iconic, and I feel like everybody knows about this one. It's been around for years and years and years for a reason, and I know you guys love this. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Let's hear what you guys had to say about this. Noi said, the good old classic double wear. It took me a long time to try it because it's so expensive. I'm a drugstore girl, and it all made sense. The price, the reviews it gets, etc. When I got married, I did a thorough shade test, and 1N0 is my girl. I got married during the Israeli Middle Eastern summer in 37 degrees Celsius. Although I'm half Canadian, I don't know Celsius. What is 37 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
37 degrees Celsius is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's hot, which is pretty much melting point for makeup, honestly. It was midday, pool wedding, and my makeup lasted perfectly, even after jumping into the pool. It doesn't get any better than that. When I go on vacations or important events, I automatically reach for it. Ooh, I loved that so much. The fact that it lasted through basically 100-degree weather, that's crazy. That's insane. Thank you so much for your review. Brenda said, I have been wearing double wear for 30 years now. Brenda, you win. You win this game. That's amazing. Okay, she's wearing it for 30 years now, and no matter how many other foundations I try, I always go back to my holy grail double wear. I'm a retired registered nurse and need something to last a 12-hour shift, and double wear never lets me down. I love that so much, Brenda. Thank you both so much for sharing your reviews on the #1 foundation according to you, okay? As I applied this foundation today, I was also reminded of how nice it is. I feel like I definitely wear less than I used to in the past when it comes to this foundation, but it's very like smoothing. It's very flawless, and you can build up the coverage and the longevity, like the wear time is actually insane. I remember when I first tried this out, I went to the Estee Lauder counter in a department store, I can't remember where, and I got my shade match and I got my little sample, and I went home to try it, and I remember putting it on and being like, oh, pretty, and then I was at my mom's house, I believe. Yeah, I was at like dinner with my family, And I remember checking my makeup in the mirror after like a really long day. I had put my makeup on early in the morning and I was there late at night, and I looked in the mirror and my skin, like my foundation looked the exact same. So that's when I knew and like fell in love with the longevity of this. And I had never experienced that with any other foundation until this one. Especially then, like when I first tried this, I had really acne prone skin. My skin was a little more oily than it is now, and it was really hard for me to find foundations that gave me the coverage that I wanted, but also wore really well on me. And this was one that I will never forget. When I like saw how it was wearing that first time wearing it, it's what made it stick into my personal collection, and I've never not had a bottle of this in my collection because it's so good. All right, friends, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed hearing what the top 10 foundations are according to you. Let me know if you loved this lineup. I know some of you probably have foundations that were not mentioned today. Leave them down below. I would love to hear what your favorite foundation is, but also I would love to hear what you guys think about the top 10. Do you think it's a very accurate representation of what's out there? Do you feel like these are definitely the top 10? Because I do. I feel like this is a really solid lineup, and I feel like all of these foundations are really beautiful in their own ways, and you really can't go wrong, honestly, with any that were mentioned today. So thank you all so much to everybody who participated and submitted your favorites, and also writing all the things you love, like writing your reviews on your foundations. It really means so much to me, and it's what makes these videos so fun. If you want to participate again in the next video, we're going to be chatting about concealers. So don't forget to fill out the form down below. I can't wait to hear what you guys love. I can't wait to read your reviews and hear what the top 10 concealers are according to you. So don't forget to fill out that form. Thank you again so much for watching. If you want to see another episode of this series, I will have the playlist link down below for you guys if you want to see some of the other videos that I've already posted about this according to you series, since we are doing a refresh. It's really, really fun, and I can't wait to do more. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.